Hey everyone. I just got my second GI Joe Duke retro in. Um, God, it's on Amazon for like 15 bucks, and I couldn't pass it up. I always wanted to buy two of these, but I passed on the second one. I want to see what the first one looked like, and honestly, it doesn't disappoint. This is, I think, for us old school GI Joe guys, this is the Duke that we wanted all along. I've been passing on the Dukes, whether on the bike, the original one, something was off about it, and this is the Duke of Classifieds that we want. I'll go to the back of the card and just like, oh, I just look at that with Recondo and Scarlet, and it just brings you back to being a kid at Service Merchandise or Toys R Us, Child World, KB Toy Store, and I just want to look at this. That's the artwork for this figure in this day and age. That's gorgeous. That's a poster. That's a poster. This is just an old school retro looking. He looks like a combination of the comic books and the TV show. Even down to the rifles. And I'm not a gun guy at all. I don't own guns. I don't like guns. So I'm going to open this. I also have the, I just got in my Iron Grenadiers. I'm going to get to that next. So let's open this. Let's see how it is. There goes the tripod. Even the packaging, it's quality. Incidentally, I do have my original Duke from way back when as well. A well-worn figure. I gotta dig him out sometime. I may have to restore him. I don't really know. I've got to go through my old school GI Joes. I think this winter. We're gonna fight me, aren't we? There we go. There we go, buddy. Good job. That's a backpack. I'll just comment on this. I've never liked his helmet. Even the original figure. Yeah, no. That's pretty cool. I know there's effort into this. There really is, but yeah, the helmet, something always felt off with Duke, with the helmet. I'll just take out little knives. Here, we'll get it. We'll take all that. Okay, we'll put his little knife in there. Cute little knives. And then, that's attention to detail right there. Oh, that's awesome. They put a hole in the back of his strap. Good job, guys. Okay. That's gonna take some finagling. So, all right there. All right. So I mean, this is I've always said, like, when you first get them out, it almost feels like they need to be warmed up a bit with like a fan or something. I don't know, heat lamp. Okay, and we got this. And then we got his original looking gun as well, which I don't see a place for that to get holstered anywhere. So we'll just call this. You know what? I'm gonna put his helmet on just to see what it looks like. And yeah, I hate it. So yeah, no. So I don't like that. Yeah, I do like this figure though. Wow, that's just. I mean, I'll probably lose the backpack on that. See if I can get him to stand without the stand. He's a little top heavy with the backpack. Oh, well, there we go. All right. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, honestly, that's the Duke. That's the Duke that I knew and loved growing up. Like that just seemed, yeah, there it is. It's just got the great look. It's got the great laser rifle there. Um, Again, the helmet has always been a weird thing. I mean, he's got his binoculars in the back, which um, I guess you could put on him, but and that's a nice accessory. I'm like, they really did look at the old school action figure and go, let's do this in the classified lines. Um, and I think they did it perfectly. I really do. Uh, just his facial features here. I mean, even the shovel, the detail in the backpack, the wrinkles. There's some care and attention to these guys. There really is. Um, I mean, I do have to hand it to Hasbro. The folks who put in and make these figures. I mean, there really is a love behind this. My kids they're not into this. And they never will be. But I am, and it's just, it's really amazing. I'd love to. I have to sit down and count those stars on there. I wonder if they actually did 50 stars. That would be pretty amazing. That's detail. If they did 50 stars on there, that's pretty amazing. I gotta get a magnifying glass because my eyes are getting old. But yeah, this is the definitive Duke. That's it. This is the Duke we love. It's an old school Duke. It's the guy you follow into battle against Cobra, right? That's the guy. Here it is. I mean, there it is. G.I. Joe Duke Retro, honestly. And the card, I'll say it again, like Hasbro needs to start coming out with some posters of these artwork, because I'd line a whole room full of G.I. Joes with those posters on there as well, just to complete the display. All right, so I'm going to move him aside. Again, just a gorgeous figure. Put him aside. We'll look at this. That just looks like something you'd pick up in 1985. All right. Move on to this. All right. Let's see if I can get this. So this is all right, this is G.I. Joe Classified Series Iron Grenadiers. Oh yeah, fully grown man with kids' toys. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, so I said to my wife, I can either have a motorcycle or G.I. Joe action figures. And she said, let me get back to you about that motorcycle. So here we are. We've got G.I. Joe Iron Grenadiers. I'm going to be honest. When these guys originally came out back in, I think 88 or 89, I was done. These actually broke me. Everything was turning gold. It was too much. And then when Classifieds came out and said, oh, we've got these, I looked at those. I'm like, that's a gorgeous figure. So I'm gonna buy them. As crazy as it is. Because I never owned the original. I was like, nope, not interested. I was still collecting the comic books. I forget what year I just stopped. Just because some of the artwork in the comic books it just wasn't living up to what it once was. Which kind of actually hurt me. Yeah, but look at that. That's just badass. And there we go. I'll be honest with you, the sword is always kind of absurd, especially in modern combat. I mean, being a historian, the British developed, you can't hear me when I'm opening up those plastic. You don't want to come out, do you? The British developed what is considered the best sword of all time in World War I. It was a cavalry sword. And by the time they had developed it and it had come out, I don't know how this gets, how does this go? It's put on his, I'm looking at this. Gets put on his, oh, there it is. There's the hole. So the sword goes here. Okay. Oh, this is going to take some time. Oh, fits perfectly in. Good. Good. We'll put his little helmet on. Here we go. Okay. What am I missing? Oh, yeah, it's weaponry. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about this. This is a saw. So, wherever Cobra's getting their weapons, the U.S. government is double dipping with GI Joe. So either that, they're getting it off market from someplace else. Everybody's making out on the battle between GI Joe and Cobra. Let's drop this down. Bit. Okay, see if I can get this guy to stand. And oh, look, we got a nice picture of his crotch. Wonderful, good job. All right, let's fix this. Just so everyone aware, I am shooting on my phone on a tripod. So there we go. Actually, that's a really great figure. I mean, yeah, I mean, it just looks like a leather jacket. Yeah, that's a great figure. Oh, no. Okay, that fell off. But that looks like a great figure. I'm going to have this on display somewhere, which is another thing I'm going to talk about probably at some point this winter. But here it is, the Iron Grenadier. They've got to be coming out with a Destro version of these guys soon. Since this is Destro's squad, who was frustrated with Serpentor and Cobra Commander, so he kind of broke away from Cobra and did his own thing. If you've ever watched the comics, if you've ever done read the comics versus the cartoon, it's like two different universes that are the same universe. Like Cobra Commander is pretty angry and hot-headed in the comic books, but he's not incompetent. And in the TV show, he's just a freaking idiot. And Destro's really the one who knows what he's doing. And in the comic books, it's Destro and Cobra Commander are pretty smart human beings. I won't get into the whole Serpentor thing and everything else like that. Because, yeah, that's another story. You could talk for hours about how idiotic Serpentor was. That's another story. But yeah, just the detail on this, though. Would have been great if this was like a fabric coat on him. I guess so, but it just looks awesome. If you're building, army building GI Joes, yeah, definitely add these guys to your collection. Yeah, they really did a nice job with this. No, they really did. This is just a fantastic figure with the details. They've got, and it's basic. It's a very basic figure, really, when it comes down to it. It doesn't have extra hands. It doesn't have another head you need to add. It's got these really cool holsters in the back here. Guessing that goes there. I'm guessing. Yeah, we've got a little gun there. Oh, look at that. That's cool. And that just goes down like that. Totally unnecessary. Totally cool. Same thing with this. I think that goes down as well. So you can pose these guys and put them in different positions. So if you want to create a diorama, you can. But yeah, look at that. Just stands quite easily. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, and we'll get back into the box art for a moment, because I do Jones about these. This is the box art on the side. And here it is. It's 2024. I feel like sometimes people half-ass it, and they're not doing it with this. This art just has love and affection for the figures, for the mythology that's surrounding it. It just... Oh, I'm curious what that QR code is. But it just feels like there's a love and understanding of the mythology of GI Joe in regards to this. Yeah, look at those great, it's just great details on there. I mean, just I look at that photography that was done for this, and I mean, somebody had worked a lot of hours to get this one photograph right, and but you can feel the love. You can just absolutely feel the love, and it comes through um, on the box art. It really does. Um, yeah, so there's the Iron Grenadier. Let's see if I can line these up and get a good, decent shot of both of them. Um, Duke, you're gonna give me a hard time, aren't you? So here we are. Um, I do have Alpine coming in, I think tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So for those, I mean, nobody really knows me. I love Alpine. I always loved Alpine. And I'm also a big fan of Bazooka, and those guys in the cartoon made a great team on the cartoon. It was a really so I'll so Elvis Underwood, what is this choice? This is the GI Joe classified line. On the left hand side is the Grenadiers, and then on the right is retro GI Joe Duke classifieds. And again, Hasbro Pulse, like just killing it with this. I want to bring up something else. Somebody brought up something on Blue Sky Social the other day, which I'm now on. 100%. I joined about 10, 11 months ago. My Twitter account is completely deactivated. Screw those guys. Does GI Joe promote militarism and combat and everything? And I went, not really. My perception of these guys as I've gotten older is they're like more like superhero teams. They get to choose their own outfits that they wear, which are distinctive from everyone else. They fight a fairly flamboyant terrorist organization that, like, it's an old school, evil villainy group that you would see in comic books. I mean, really, it's like no one's going into combat like this. That's insane. You won't last 5 minutes. Duke wouldn't be allowed to be wearing what he's wearing. It's completely outside of the code of what you're supposed to wear. So, I mean, it's really more like a superhero team, almost like a Mission Impossible team, where if you read the first comic book, in fact, first and second comic book, really, they're more like they really are special missions force, where, they're a subset of a subset, almost like a secret organization. I mean, even their base is underground. So no one really, they're living in the shadows, but also up front as well, which is, I think, why I hate the movie so much, because they kind of miss the idea that they're a special mission force. It's Mission Impossible. They have their own unique individual personalities and outfits, and they don't all wear black. They don't all wear the same camouflage. They're supposed to stand out. They're almost like the rejects, but also the Type A personalities that were on the honor roll. And they're unique to needing to fight this new terrorist organization that's determined to rule the world. And here we are. Honestly, but yeah. Once again, just talking about the outfits. And these, I mean, they really are magnificent. This, especially him, like the black pops, which is funny to say. Black is usually a dull color in a lot of things, and yet this is like a shiny black. It feels like a leather jacket is on him. Duke is just an old school Duke, and the paint, the details on these, absolutely exquisite. So yeah. Elvis Underwood, if you want to learn more, go to Blue Sky Social. Look for Maynard Collector on there, and I'm a part of a whole other group. If you want to learn more about, honestly, if you want to follow someone, follow Secret Galaxy on YouTube and Blue Sky Social. Absolutely crushing it. Dan Larson and producer Greg are doing a fantastic job bringing people into the fold of pop culture and action figures and a whole host of video games and a whole host of things. I think he got me reinvigorated into this, to be honest with you. So I kind of owe him quite a bit. Anyway, so here are these two of my latest figures. I'm going to do an Alpine. If it comes in tomorrow, I'll probably aim for Sunday to do something like this. But here it is. Here's my midlife crisis. It's cheaper than a motorcycle. All right. Peace out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.